Oh shit. Fucking live on this thing. Woo. It's my first live stream, people. Or first, phone live stream. I don't know if anyone's watching. I cannot get good quality in this. I'm trying to set this up so I don't have to hold the damn phone. Where can I put my phone? Here? Let's set up like a little, I'm gonna set up bumps for my phone. Well, that's cool. Just gonna talk about Killmonger for a second because I have nothing to do. Okay, I can't really see if anyone's watching. I just wanted to make a live stream anyways. Talk about Killmonger from the Black Panther. Jesus, I don't know if you guys can see me. I really don't want to. I don't really care. I just want to talk about Killmonger because it was on my mind. Because I saw Black Panther twice this weekend. And by the way, I want this to be a review because I don't want to be like midnight screenings who I watch a lot. The Cinema Snob, Brad Jones, who is awesome at reviews, and they do it in the car too. So I'm just down at the beach right now. I was just looking at the view. It says orientation is locked. Rotate device back. Rotate device back. Hmm. Okay. So I guess I have to hold it this way. Really? Hmm. Okay, well anyways. Yeah, it's not letting me do that. What the fuck is going on? I guess it wants me to hold it this way for whatever reason. Well, I'm down at the beach. Town Neck Beach. Down in Cape Cod. Come here sometime. It's been a while though. This was my mount for the phone, but it doesn't let me rotate it, so I'm just gonna hold it like this. Okay, so Killmonger is the best MCU villain without a doubt. After watching Black Panther twice this weekend, I can definitely say, in my opinion, Killmonger, played by Michael B. Jordan in Black Panther, is the best MCU villain because first of all, this is probably going to be spoilers, so I should probably put that in the description. But look at the view instead of me because it's a lot better. Yeah, so I think Killmonger is the best villain because a lot of reasons. First of all, he actually has a backstory that you can connect to. Obviously, I can't connect to it as much as other people can that will be seeing this movie, but it's something that gives him motivation, sort of like the Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming, played by Michael Keaton, who was awesome and who was possibly my favorite MCU villain from Marvel up until Killmonger this weekend. And I was looking forward to Killmonger, first of all, because I saw Ryan Coogler, the director's other two movies, Fruitvale Station, which made me cry like a bitch, and Creed, which is the Rocky sequel, and I honestly liked it just as much as Rocky, if not more, to be totally honest with you, because it just, I don't know, this is one of my favorite Rocky sequels, hands down. I don't think I saw 4 and 5 all the way, but I heard 4 is kind of funny. Anyways, Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan, to me, are like Robert De Niro and Martin Scorsese. Or for the new kids, Martin Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio, because they work together all the time. But so far, 3 for 3. Ryan Coogler has, I hope you like my Game Boy.
You channel just got recently?
Just it keeps banging around. Figured I'd show you.
Got it for $6 at Target.
Yeah, I keep going off track because I fucking love this movie. Like, Black Panther to me is my favorite Marvel movie. I mean, up until then, it might have been like my friends that I saw it with the second time mentioned Doctor Strange, and that is one of the movies that I really like the most visually, because just how trippy it was, and I smoke before every fucking movie I see, and that shit was blowing my mind when I saw it. And but as much as I liked Doctor Strange, and I liked all of the Marvel movies up until now. There hasn't been one that I hated. There's only been a couple that are so at the bottom of the list that I wouldn't even care to watch them again, which is Iron Man. I can't even say Iron Man 3 because I saw a little bit of that on TV, and it's a fun Shane Black movie, but not a fun. It's not a good Iron Man movie. It's just like, especially because it followed the Avengers right after the Avengers, and it just was kind of like poorly made for an Iron Man movie, in my opinion. But I love Shane Black, and he's making the Predator this year, which I'm highly looking forward to. And he was part of Predator. I go off track. I'm sorry. But anyways, Black Panther to me was just, it had everything from, because I grew up on hip hop, and I was hoping to have hip hop in this movie, but when I saw it, I was surprised and happier that it had like more of a tribal rhythm throughout the film, and it just went perfectly with King T'Challa uh, going to uh, become the king, and going through the ceremony and shit. So that was pretty badass, especially when M'Baku comes out to fight him, and that shit was just fucking wild to me. And God, and the first time I saw it was in RPX, and it's basically like a smaller version of IMAX, and and it was just really fucking loud. So even when M'Baku was coming out, it just, it gave me like goosebumps. I was like, holy shit, man! This, it was with that gorilla mask, and then like it was just badass seeing Black Panther put on his, you know, Panther mask like during the fight, and just every single scene of the movie I liked. Like there's more scenes that there's other scenes I loved more, but every single scene I liked. It wasn't one scene in the entire movie that just felt out of place or unnecessary. So Ryan Coogler directing this film, man. I'm happy for Ryan Coogler, man. Like this is like a director that any movie that he has coming out, I am gonna be there. I already have, and the only reason I didn't see Fruitvale Station in the theater is because it was an independent film, and it was from a black director, and they don't seem to show many movies from black directors around here. I don't know why. It's stupid. Like when Next Friday came out when I was a kid, I loved Friday, and I wanted to go see Next Friday, and I was like, oh shit, it's gonna play around here. It never played. I had to go off Cape to see Get Rich or Die Trying when the 50 Cent movie came out, which kind of sucked. But I had to go to fucking Randolph to go see that, which was like 45 minutes away. It wasn't really worth it. It was worth it to hang out with my cousin, but besides that, it was a stupid movie. So damn, yeah, I'm fucking tired. So sorry if I'm like getting crust out of my eye. There's probably not gonna be a lot of people watching this because people are like, what the fuck is Killmonger, and no one really watches this channel. I appreciate someone giving a thumbs up. I see one person watching, but I'm mainly just doing this because my camera is full. I don't want to take all the fucking pictures off it. My computer webcam is just, it's just all fucked up. So anyways, the only really way I can do like a longer video is through live stream. This is my first time doing it, so I was like, what am I gonna talk about? Let me talk about Killmonger. And I was gonna do a Black Panther review, but I'd talk about that for hours. So let me just try to stick to Killmonger, because I'm just getting so off track with the shit. Black Panther just has me so hyped that like I didn't even really expect it. Like I wanted to see it, and I heard between Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan, Chadwick Boseman obviously is Black Panther. and all these characters that were coming into the film that I had no idea about, but they surprised me because every single character in this film was just awesome. And look at that classic truck. Can't really see it. I can't zoom in. Oh, I see messages. Hey, what's up? Oh, hi, Mark. Hello, Abdul Khalik Sheik. Hello, Halo Master. Sorry, I'm new at this, so I didn't know how to see comments. Yeah, like I said, I'm just doing this just to talk about Killmonger because a lot of people I keep seeing like he's best villain since Loki and saying like next to Loki he's the best villain. I just don't see that at all. Like honestly, even in the Avengers, Loki was really fun, charismatic. He just never really was that interesting to me besides being Thor's brother. And you know, I like the Avengers and stuff, but some people think that's like the best comic film ever made. I don't even really see why. I mean, trust me, it was cool to see Iron Man, Hulk, Captain America, Black Widow, Hawkeye, just everyone, you know, on board and shit with that. And but even the climax to that movie it was really fun, but it was just so much pointless characters everywhere, running around and flying around that they're fighting that I just didn't give a shit that much. But it was still cool to watch. But I don't know. I don't really think it was the best. Personally, my two favorite superhero films of all time before Black Panther was The Dark Knight and Logan. Hands down, no question. Those are my favorite. Nothing even comes close. I've been seeing these movies in theaters ever since the first Batman and Batman Returns, which I think is underrated. I love the first Batman. Michael Keaton was the man. You know, Jack Nicholson was an awesome Joker. But The Dark Knight just took everything that I loved from the movie Heat, which it was influenced by, which is, by the way, Heat is in my top 3 favorite films of all time. So Christopher Nolan said he was inspired by Heat, and you could see it in the movie with the tone and how it was grounded. I like superhero movies that are grounded. I know they have all these characters and there's like just like weird ass shit that happens in these comic books that I never really read all of them, but I like movies grounded like The Dark Knight and Logan, where it just feels gritty and it feels like it could happen. I know Logan has like the kids with superpowers, and I know that's unrealistic, but the rest of it just feels like a Western post-apocalypse type, or more like dystopian society. And man, yeah, so that's why I think I like Black Panther, because I love Batman. Dark Knight's still one of my favorite superhero movies. Logan is probably my second, but I think Black Panther might be my third favorite at this point. And trust me, I like Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 was fucking way overrated in my opinion. It was fun, but it was just joke. And I like jokes, but you know, when you get like 3 or 4 David Hasselhoff jokes, it gets kind of fucking old. And it's, I don't know. But the first Guardians of the Galaxy was awesome. Like, I love that movie. And it had a much better opening credits, too, with the song and, like, the 80s song. The opening credits for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 was just so corny. It was so shitty. But, God, man, see, I keep going off track. That's how much I like Black Panther. Like, I've been thinking about it a lot this weekend. And, like, when I go home after I see it, I saw it Saturday night and Sunday night. And when I went home, I'd go back online and watch the trailer like 4 times. Then I'd watch, like, for some reason, reactions to the trailers. Like, I don't know how to say this YouTube channel, but like, I think it's Ecomog Media Group. They have the funniest reactions for Black Panther. Like, they're wearing the Black Panther mask. I highly recommend watching them. So, what was I fucking saying? Yeah, so I'd come back, watch the trailer, then I started listening to the soundtrack from Kendrick Lamar, All the Stars in the World, which my friend was cracking me up at the end of the theater, at the end of the movie, because you hear that song come up, and he he kept hearing the song say, Pawn Stars Still Rule, Sir. And the way he was singing it, I was like, okay, I can kind of hear that. And it was funny. So now every time I hear that song, I hear what he said. Pawn Stars Still Rule, Sir. Like, you gotta go listen to that song and just think about Pawn Stars, I guess. That's what my friend Eric was saying. So, but God, man. So I know that the title of this video is Killmonger is the best MCU villain. So I'll go back to Killmonger, played by Michael B. Jordan. I guess I shouldn't spoil this because I don't know who's watching this, but I just like how basically. So I don't look at the camera that much because it's like right here, and this is my first time doing this, so I'm mostly just looking at the scenery because it's much better than looking at the damn camera lens. So, oh God, see, I don't know if you guys have seen. Look at that sun, man. I mean, look at that. You can't see it, but you can see it like behind the clouds. My eyes, but I don't think you can see it on the. Oh, I kind of zoom in with this shit. Cool. Yeah, see, I'm new at this. I didn't know I could even zoom in during a live stream. So, yeah, Killmonger, without spoiling it, has the best backstory because it did everything for me where it was simple but effective, and the revelations for Killmonger were perfect. I mean, every time there was a new revelation about the villain Killmonger, you're like, oh shit, that changes everything right there. So it just made the entire movie way more interesting when you have a villain that you're like, not, I don't mean scared of, but like you root for, but you hate at the same time. Like, you know you can't like him because he kills so many fucking people. But at the same time, you really understand his motivations, which is the Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming. And so the movie starts off in 1992. I don't know if that's really spoiling much. It really isn't. I won't even spoil that part. But before it says Marvel, it starts off in 1992. Which is interesting right there, because in 1992, they were trying to make a Black Panther movie, like ever since 1992. I don't know if it was like a callback to it or the Black Panther Party. I don't really know, because like it had like signs of that with the Black Panther Party at the very beginning. Which I know is really not related to the movie in any way, because this character was, I heard, was created 2 months before the Black Panther Party was created, and all this alt-right movement bullshit with all these people like talking about like, oh, so why is it such a big deal for a black superhero to be out? You had Blade and Catwoman, I heard people saying, and I'm like, motherfucker, first of all, Catwoman's a piece of shit movie. It came out in 2004. And Blade was badass. Everyone who's seen it fucking loves Blade, man. I saw Blade in the movie theater at the Airport Cinema in Hyannis in 1998. And I still remember it because it was a week before school started. And that was the last movie I saw the summer. Oh, no, it wasn't even a week before. It was literally, I saw it the Saturday before school started. So I had 1 day left after that. I'm like, I felt like depressed going back to school. I was like, fuck, I had so much anxiety. As a kid, I just hated going to school, back to school. So, yeah, I still remember Blade vividly in the theater. And I'm so happy I saw that. But we're talking about like a Marvel Cinematic Universe, big budget Disney Marvel film. There isn't any black superheroes, and even as a white guy, I'm just kind of bored of the same old fucking superhero over and over. Like, I love Batman, but we get so much Batman. And yes, I like Spider-Man. He's definitely not even one of my favorite superheroes though, but I mean, come on, we've had Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, The Amazing Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man Homecoming. It's like, it's about fucking time we get Black Panther, okay? A character I didn't know shit about, and is now my third favorite superhero film of all time. And Killmonger is the fucking man. And Chadwick Boseman only isn't getting as much attention maybe for this movie because, like Batman in The Dark Knight, he is like the heart and soul of the entire movie. He's the backbone. It revolves around him, so he has to be the stoic, heroic character. And he was amazing in the film. It's just that there was such a good supporting cast from just all the side characters, and they were all interesting in their own ways, that he's sort of getting overlooked, which is a shame. But it's also cool that the other people are getting attention now. Like Letitia Wright as Shuri, which is his sister. Angela Bassett, his mother. Forrest Whitaker, I won't spoil the character, but you know, he's in it. And then one thing I really liked, by the way, is they had my man Denzel Whitaker. Shout out to Denzel Whitaker, who's in The Great Debaters, man. Like I was in a movie in 2007 by Denzel Washington called The Great Debaters, and for people who don't know me, and Denzel Whitaker was in that film, and I haven't seen him in a film for years. So as soon as he was at the beginning of the film, I was like, wait a minute, who's that? I'm like, no way. Is that my man Denzel Whitaker? And I'm like, okay, even at the time when I was in that movie, I thought Denzel Whitaker was the son of Forrest Whitaker in real life, because also Forrest Whitaker was in The Great Debaters with Denzel Washington. And it's just weird how he's not his son, but he was in The Great Debaters with Forrest Whitaker, and he's not related to him. And now he's in this film playing a younger version of Forrest Whitaker, and he's not related to him. So I'm just like, man, there's still a connection. I'm not convinced that that's not Forrest Whitaker's son, because it looks so much like him. It has the same last name. I'm like, how the hell are they not related, but they're in the same movies together? Like, two of the same movies, and playing a younger. Anyways, I just want to give a shout out to him because he's cool, and I hope he gets more work. And he had a tiny part in this movie, but it just was like, okay, right off the bat, I like this film just because of that. And plus, I just like the opening scene because it surprised me. I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. And then that opening scene leads into other things later in the movie, which start to make the movie better and better as it goes along. And this movie isn't without its flaws. It has shitty CGI at times. Like, I love the final battle, but there was some noticeable CGI where it was like, you guys could have put a little bit more, you know, money into that department right there. And which is a shame, because this movie deserved, it was such a good story that it deserved the best CGI possible. And really the only other complaint I have with the entire film is only because it's so good, is that the trailer has moments that aren't even in the movie, which kind of pissed me off. Like, for instance, for example, if you see the trailer, you see an explosion behind Andy Serkis's character Claw, in the interrogation room when he's handcuffed to the chair. And in the film, you see the explosion from the other side of the see-through mirror, but you don't see it from his perspective until after the explosion, and there's only smoke left in the room and a hole in the wall. So it's like the same camera angle from the trailer, but they don't show the explosion, which is a shame, because the explosion behind Claw looked badass in the trailer. And then in the movie, it was like, oh, it looks very underwhelming. And then also, Michael B. Jordan, he's walking away from flames in the trailer when he's, you'll see why in the film. But it doesn't show him walking away from it. It just cuts with his back turned to the camera. And they also don't have that popular line that everyone was chanting even before the film came out. Okoye, played by Denai Guerra. I can never say her, I don't really know the actress as much, and yet I've seen her in interviews ever since this film, because she's so fucking badass in the movie. She's the warrior that protects the King T'Challa but I just know her character's name is Okoye, and that she plays Michonne from The Walking Dead. She was the most badass character, hands down. She was. I would see a fucking side movie about her. I wouldn't care. And I also saw her in the Infinity War trailer where she's running beside Black Panther and Captain America and Hulk and Black Widow and fucking the Falcon swooping in and God, what's War Machine, played by Don Cheadle. I was trying to think of all the characters I saw in that. Oh, and Winter Soldier, who is now, okay, I can't spoil that either. Just stick around for the ending. Stick around for the stinger at the very end credits. It's definitely not one of the best ones in Marvel, but it introduces a possibly new side to the Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes, which you'll also see in the Infinity War trailer. So, yeah, I would easily give this film a 9 out of 10, just because it had everything I wanted from, first of all, really fucking good music. Like, I was expecting hip-hop in it, like, because Kendrick Lamar did the soundtrack, but they have a nice flow of, like, tribal music. Just had just, fucking, just a pulsing rhythm throughout the film, which I loved. Like during the ceremony, which was cool for King T'Challa to become king, and you know, he's Black Panther already at that point, I think. But yeah, it's just so fucking cool. Like, everyone's dancing and shit. And I literally was just keeping my head from nodding because, like, I wanted to just get up and dance. And especially seeing it in a packed audience, and like everyone on the waterfall, like first they're on the boat and then they go to the waterfalls, and everyone's like elevated, so you feel like the theater where it's like a bunch of elevated seats. And I felt like the audience was like the tribes, like dancing, and I was just like, I just want to fucking get up and dance with these people, man. This movie is just fucking amazing. And then you're like introduced to M'Baku, who is one of my favorite characters from the film also, who kind of surprised me by the end. It was kind of something that I almost predicted, but I really enjoyed. But yeah, that music was so fucking cool. And what I like about that scene too is I was thinking about it after the movie, because with the ceremony scene, what I liked about it is I forget what the ship's name is. Is it the Commodore? Is that the ship's name? Black Panther's ship. It like drops him off at the waterfalls, and then it shows the ship take off. But what I like about that moment is that the camera lingers on the crowd and King T'Challa. Like, the camera is just showing the ceremony. It shows the Commodore fly off, and then the camera doesn't just cut away. It shows it for another few seconds. And what I liked about it is it felt like, for some reason, it just felt like we were getting like a VIP access to the ceremony of King T'Challa. Like, you felt like, oh, we're not supposed to be here, but let's stick around and like check this out. That's what it felt like as an audience member. Like, you want to see what's going on. Like, you want to see him become king. But just showing the ship fly off, it was cool, because like because once the ship flies off, there's no technology. It's all primal, just you know, shit like the ancestors used to do in the tribes. So it just made it feel like they just like, okay, all technology's gone. No one's supposed to be here unless you're like you have blood relation and you're part of these tribes. And it was just fucking badass, man. Like, so for me, it was like Batman Begins mixed with The Dark Knight, mixed with The Lion King, mixed with some other thing. Even fucking Mortal Kombat at times, those fight scenes, and even some anime in there with Killmonger versus Black Panther. And I think when he wears that suit, I think he's the Golden Cheetah, if I'm not mistaken. I never read the comics, but I think that suit is the golden cheetah. I'm not entirely sure, but there was a moment you saw like this orange, and you see it in the trailer, this orange and purple blast when they punch each other. And it just looked like a Dragon Ball Z anime type moment, which was kind of cool. But at the same time, that scene had some pretty fucking cringeworthy CGI where I was like, yeah, this looks like a animated Power Rangers episode for a minute. But for for flaws, that's really fucking tiny when the entire rest of the movie I'm enjoying so much I don't even give a shit. So, and yeah, so to get back to Killmonger, because I keep going off track, before I end the video, I just gotta say, because I was reading something earlier saying, like, he's the best villain since Loki, and I just still gotta have Killmonger's back on this, because Loki just flip-flops like Trump. Like, he goes back and, like, well, Trump's always a bad fucking piece of shit. But, that's another topic. I probably will already get dislikes from you know, conservatives, like, no, how dare you dislike my king, my god, Trump. But yeah, which, by the way, the whole alt-right, there was like a checklist of how much Black Panther is like Trump, and watching this film, it really was like that, because Wakanda doesn't want any refugees. You know, they want to keep all their materials and weapons to themselves, or in just technology, I should say. They want to be hidden from the world. It's all about Wakanda first, basically. And I definitely saw that in the movie. I thought that made it even more entertaining, though, just because it just... And I like... There's a line said in the movie that just rang true on so many levels, and it's just so relatable today. He said something like, the foolish build bridges... wow, that just sounded... It's the complete opposite of what he said. He says, the foolish build walls and the good build bridges, or the wise build bridges, I think he says. I only saw it twice. That's probably more than some other people, but some people have seen it 3 to 4 times already, which is cool. I only saw it twice because I knew my other friends wanted to see it, and I was like, you know what? After seeing it, I just want to see these characters again and just see everything, knowing what happens. And I enjoyed the film just as much. And oh, hello hip hop wave, hello full throttle. I'm new at this live stream thing, so I'm just seeing comments. Yeah, before I end this though, I just basically just talking about the villains. Oh god, and I keep talking about Killmonger. I gotta talk about Claw for a minute, because I just loved how there was a bonus villain. Like, you know, you get that in some movies where there's like too many villains, but this just had 2 fucking awesome villains. You got Killmonger, who just has this backstory, which to me is what Kylo Ren should have had for The Last Jedi, and I'm not going to spoil that film either, but there's something that happens in the movie which is kind of similar to Killmonger's backstory, only they did it right. Like, Ryan Coogler did Killmonger right. And honestly, Ryan Coogler should have... I love Rian Johnson's Looper film with Bruce Willis, but maybe Ryan Coogler should have directed The Last Jedi instead of Rian Johnson, because Ryan Coogler knew how to do a villain backstory, and I like what Rian Johnson tried to do with The Last Jedi and Kylo Ren, but by doing that, he also kind of fucked up some other characters from Star Wars. But yeah, that's an entirely different topic, and that would be a longer video. So back to Black Panther, Killmonger, and Claw. Which I love Andy Serkis's Claw. He's so crazy, and in some movies it can be way too cartoonish. But in this film, it was just perfect. Like, when he rolls up in the SUVs, and that bass from the fucking SUVs are just thumping, he's rolling up to that casino. I'm like, dude, I fucking like this guy. In that museum where we're introduced to Killmonger and Claw, is an awesome introduction to both characters. And Claw had the audience laughing both times I saw the film. And it's so cool to see Andy Serkis like having this real badass character and not being in a suit for once, but he's always good when his performance as Caesar in Planet of the Apes is honestly one of my favorite trilogies of all time now, the new Planet of the Apes. Hands down, and Andy Serkis killed it in each film. And it just got better and better. And like, I can't see Andy Serkis without seeing Caesar now. Like, some people will see Gollum, some people will see, Slash Smeagol from Lord of the Rings. You'll see it, you might see that more in this film in the interrogation room where Andy Serkis is sitting across from Bilbo Baggins, played by Martin Freeman. I forget his character's name in this movie, but Martin Freeman was actually good in the movie. Like, I actually thought at first he wouldn't fit because, he's a British actor, but he's playing an American accent, and I can't see Martin Freeman talking American because, like, I've seen him in every role he's ever been in. I've seen him talking British, so just seeing him talk American just sounds strange, but didn't take me out of the movie at all. And he was very redeeming at the end. Like, actually, by the end of the movie, I was like, oh, I like his character too. At first I thought he might be annoying, but yeah, he was cool. And but yeah, he was playing opposite of Claw, played by Andy Serkis, so that's probably like a cool throwback to all the Lord of the Rings fans who liked seeing actually The Hobbit, which was not nearly as good as Lord of the Rings. I'm sorry, the Hobbit movies were just kind of lame. Like, I saw them once in the theater, each of them, and that was it. I never needed to watch them again. Lord of the Rings I haven't watched for a while, but I'd totally watch those again over the fucking Hobbit. But it was just cool seeing Andy Serkis and Gollum and Bilbo Baggins together in the Black Panther. It would have been kind of cool if it was Elijah Wood, so it'd be like Frodo and but because this film even had like hints of Lord of the Rings and Star Wars and Wakanda reminded me sort of the world in Thor Ragnarok. In a way, like it looked like a mix of sci-fi but like African culture, and which is why this is the most colorful movie by far. It had so many fucking colors, and just the theme of the, like, purple just sums up this movie completely because of Black Panther. And I saw Jeremy John's review of Black Panther, and he said at the end it's worth buying on Blu-ray for his rating, and he had the purple Blu-ray border, and he says that they better do the purple because that would be stupid if they didn't. I totally agree. If that Blu-ray comes out, I will buy it. I don't buy Blu-rays much these days. I hardly ever do, to be honest. Like, I see all these movies in theaters. I go every week to a theater, but I don't always buy them on anything on Blu-ray unless it's on a good sale. Like, if it's on sale at Best Buy and I'm like, okay, I like that movie, I'll buy it. Or I want to see that movie, I'll buy it. I would totally buy Black Panther on Blu-ray because I bought Logan on Blu-ray. I didn't even open it yet. I just bought it because I loved it so much. I was like, I gotta buy this. So yeah, definitely in my top 3 favorite superhero films, Black Panther, for sure. Next to The Dark Knight and Logan. Man, they fucking did it with this one. Like I said earlier, okay? Like, I wanted to say this is my favorite Marvel. I want to say it's my favorite Marvel movie. There's 18 of them, and I keep forgetting how many fucking Marvel movies there are at this point. And I've seen every single one of them in the theater since 2008, which was the same year that The Dark Knight came out. And technically, in a way, Iron Man, I was gonna say started before The Dark Knight, but I keep forgetting The Dark Knight's a damn sequel. I mean, it's the sequel to Batman Begins, which I love too. And Batman Begins came out in 2005, and Iron Man came out in May of 2008, and then in July of 2008, The Dark Knight came out. Which I loved Iron Man when it came out, but when I saw The Dark Knight, it was just over for me. Like no superhero was gonna ever come close to that movie. And so far, there's been close ones like Logan and Black Panther. Still nothing really topping The Dark Knight for me, but uh but Black Panther is I think my favorite Marvel film, because like I said earlier, I like Doctor Strange. I love the visuals. I love the characters. It's funny. It's very colorful too, but I just didn't care for any of the characters quite as much as Black Panther. And um I really I really like the villains here too, like between Killmonger and Claude just being almost polar opposites but working together, and just having like the opposite personalities too. And damn, like this movie, like I said, between that car chase after the kick-ass casino scene, you go through like the streets of South Korea, over the bridge, you got Shuri, his sister, driving, having these funny lines, but just making it so thrilling at the same time. And then Okoye getting on top of the car and whooping ass, and them just chasing down Claw and shit, and just all these fucking characters. And M'Baku, when he challenges the Black Panther, and it's not over for his character, and what they do with his character later makes him kind of even more likable and humorous too. And just the visual design, and just the 1992 introduction, and how that leads into the film. And also, to be totally honest, it has one of my favorite endings, because it was just quiet and subtle, but it just wrapped up the story just perfectly, where it was just like, it made you like both Black Panther and Killmonger even more, even up until the very final moments, like the very last scene. So yeah, I'm probably gonna end this video in a minute. I know not many people watched, and there's been some comments and likes. There's not many. I just want to do this because, as I said, I can't make videos this long because my camera is just full to the max with like videos and pictures. So I realized, oh shit, I can just fucking live stream, and then it'll just be posted on my page, I assume. So I'm hoping it does that. And I know I've been looking at this view most of the time, because it's better than looking at my fucking nasty shaggy beard that I need to shave. And I won't even take off my hood, because that's another story. I need to get a haircut. See some of it. Look at that. It's all fucked up, man. It's all fucking nasty. I need to go shower. I need to get a haircut. I need to shave my beard finally. Anyways, thank you for watching, anyone who did, and I highly recommend seeing Black Panther. I'm going to see it again. I was honestly gonna see it today when I got home, and I was like, I have time, I should just go see Black Panther. I'm like, no, I just saw it twice, 2 days in a row, and that was Saturday and Sunday. Last night I didn't see it, which was Monday, and now it's Tuesday, and I'm already just like, I want to see it again, and I'm trying not to, because I don't want to see it too many times where I'm just like, where I end up criticizing it even more, because I'm just like riding off of a high on this movie. Like the other movies I love, like I said, I love all the Marvel movies. Iron Man, at the bottom of my list would be Iron Man 3, Iron Man 2, even though those movies still have things about it that I liked. They're just not great movies at all. And then, even though everyone loves Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I'm sorry, that's even at the bottom of the list for me. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 is up there, but Volume 2 is way down there. What else is down there at the very bottom? Oh, fucking Thor: The Dark World, man. That movie, like, okay, I liked it, but it just, the plot was so stupid. I totally forgot who the villain was until just now. I had to, was like, that orc-looking character, And I'm sorry, I love Natalie Portman. She's an awesome actress. She's also in Heat, which, as I said earlier, is one of my favorite films of all time, in my top 3. She's she was much younger there, but I like her in most movies. I thought she deserved the best actress for Black Swan when it came out. But her character was just so pointless and unnecessary in Thor 1 and 2. Where even Thor, I liked Thor. That would be kind of towards the bottom 2. Even though but I did enjoy Thor Ragnarok, and it was because there was no Natalie Portman or Kat Dennings, who was entertaining too, but not in a Thor movie. She's so unnecessary, just like Natalie Portman. I think what I'm saying is just don't put a fucking love interest, like, sometimes. Like, you don't need a love interest. Like, in Black Panther, it works because she's a spy, and she's badass, and she's smart, but they also have chemistry, and you can buy the relationship, and you actually enjoy the relationship in Black Panther. In Thor 1 and 2, I don't think anybody can tell me, oh, what I love about the movie is Thor and Natalie Portman. Nobody's gonna say that. Nobody's gonna fucking talk about Natalie Portman in that damn movie just because she loves Thor because he's a superhero, I guess. I don't fucking know. I don't even remember. But what are the, oh yeah, and like Pepper Potts and Iron Man and Tony Stark, that works. That's a fun relationship. Just not, and Natalie Portman, honestly, and she just didn't seem like she really wanted to be there. That's probably why she was asleep for half of the movie. In Thor 2, she was just like, yeah, I don't really want to be in this, so just put me to sleep. You can keep me in the movie because it's on my contract, but I don't want to be in this fucking piece of shit. And I don't blame her because that movie kind of sucked. Even though it had cool visuals, it was so, I don't know, it wasn't really a great movie. So at the top of my Marvel list, it would be Black Panther, Doctor Strange, oh God, because it's been so many now. I'll put Avengers up there just because it was cool seeing them all together. I'd probably put Iron Man before Avengers, though. I'd put Captain America, Winter Soldier before Avengers as well. Oh yeah, you know what? Put Winter Soldier up there with Doctor Strange, Black Panther, because that was a kick-ass movie. I liked it more than Civil War, even though Civil War was also better than Avengers to me. Like, you know what? If I just wrote a list out, it would be a lot easier. So I just keep mixing it all around. But basically, I'm just saying, Civil War was not as good as Winter Soldier, and also Civil War, even though it got a lot of attention, a lot of hype, and a lot of praise, it was cool, and it was awesome seeing them all fighting together. And I don't know if it was in the comics, but did they have to fight at the airport? Because it made it just kind of look almost dull to me at the very end of Civil War. Like, it was cool seeing them all fight together and shit. But, like, I would like, it's not cliche, I'm sure, but even if it was a backdrop of, like, a city, like, if you were, like, I don't know. I'm not gonna criticize that film too much. I like that film. I'm gonna open the window because fucking feel that breeze. Ooh, feel that breeze. You can't feel it. Why can't you feel it? Anyways, so wow, 48 fucking minutes, man. I've just been rambling. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna stop this now. So, Black Panther, 9 out of 10 film. Even Logan was a 9 out of 10 film for me. I really don't want to give Dark Knight a 10 out of 10, but I would maybe have to, just because I fucking love that movie so much. And I don't want to say any film was perfect, but like, if I had to, I'd probably say like Dark Knight 10 out of 10, Logan 9 out of 10, and Black Panther 9 out of 10. I'm kind of like Angry Joe in a way, where I don't always like giving it like what the flick do. Like, I watch a lot of review shows. What the flick, I think they're all right, but they kind of have that point system that just is kind of too weird. Like, it'll be like, I'm gonna give it a 4.7. No, I'm gonna take it down to 4.3. And then you got Angry Joe, who's just like, no, I'm not doing that bitch shit. I'm not giving something a 0.5 or a point something. be a man and give it a score. Fucking don't give it like a 9 or 9 point. Don't give it like a. I see what you're saying. Like, don't give it an 8.5 or 8.7 or 8.3. Give it an 8 or give it a 9. Like, just round it out. And so that's why I'd probably do that too. I'm trying to give like shout outs just because it's my first live stream, just to like the review shows that I like. Like, hands down, my favorite that I've watched forever is Double Toasted, aka Spill.com with Corey Coleman, Corey Goodwin, Martin Thomas, and Gertz. Yeah, they're fucking awesome. Been watching them for years when they were Spill.com, and they give my favorite rating system. They give from the bottom up, they give a fuck you, or some old bullshit, a rental, a matinee, a full price, or better than sex. If I went for theirs, it would be definitely, fuck, man. I'd want to go to better than sex. If I'm giving it a 9 out of 10, it would definitely have to be a full price. But yeah, like, I'm just trying, just to the end of the review, and it's not really a review. I was mainly just talking about Killmonger, but I went way off track for like an hour. But I was just thinking about review shows that I recommend watching instead of me, because I used to do reviews like in 2009. I did The Hurt Locker and Star Trek, but I see so many movies. Literally, I see a movie at least once a week in the theater, if not more. There's just so many movies, and I've probably spent so much fucking money. Like, I only would go to the only screenings I usually go to are really like at film festivals when I go, because either the cast and crew's there, like the director or the actors. But I just realized I don't really give reviews as much as I should, just to give my thoughts on it, because there's so many times I want to share my thoughts, but I don't really want to get in front of the camera, because I just like, I'll take selfies when I'm happy. Like, I'm like, I'll do a selfie here, you know, or some shit like that. But like, I don't really like just talking in front of the camera to a lens. That's why I keep looking over here, over there, because it's much cooler than looking at the lens. So I keep going like, I'm mostly looking at the Apple on my fucking phone, and yes, it's a fucking iPhone, so I'm sure I'm gonna get dislikes, because everyone knows I just don't give a fuck, whatever it is. If it's a fucking, this was just cheaper at the time. It was anyways. But I keep looking at the fucking Apple on the back of the phone, so that the lens up there. And also, sometimes I look at the flash, so I'm like not looking at the right. And plus, it's just like everything's bright over here, and then it's just a phone basically. So, but anyways, I guess I'll wrap it up. And thanks for anyone who did watch. I know I don't know how to bring up the comments. Like, I was trying to say hi anyone for the people who did. Oh, wait, how did I do that? Ha! Someone says nice beard. Hi, Mike. Hi, Hego. Hi, Full Throat. I am on Cape Cod, Massachusetts. This is one of the beach parking lots. Usually you need like a beach sticker on your car to get here, but during the winter, you know, they open the gates during the day, so it's just kind of a quiet parking lot to come think. I literally just was coming down here and listening to music for a minute before I went home. And yeah, this car is way down there. But yeah, I was basically just about to go home, and I was like charging my phone and listening to music, and I'm like, man, let me just try that live stream, because I forgot I can just do a live stream. You know, I think it gets posted on my channel. I haven't even done it. This is my first one. But do you like cigarette? Yes. I used to not, but sometimes do. Like other types of cigarettes more, before every single film that I see. But hey, it's okay, it's legal here, it's Massachusetts. But yeah, so Black Panther, I highly recommend checking it out. I know a lot of people might not say it's like their favorite. A lot of people, I think, probably will like it. It's all these superheroes coming together, kind of like Civil War, where they just want to see them all on screen together. But Black Panther, what I also enjoyed about it, before I wrap this up, is it wasn't about no fucking Infinity Stones. I can't tell you how much times I'm like, trust me, I'm looking forward to Infinity War, and I want to see Thanos. And as I told my friend, it's kind of weird because I met Josh Brolin back in 2008, and he is the nicest guy, and he's good in every single movie I've seen him in. If it's a Josh Brolin movie, I'm seeing it. However, I just don't give a fuck about Thanos now compared to Killmonger. Like, Killmonger just did it for me. Like, he's my favorite villain since the Joker. And I think the director said he was Killmonger was influenced by Heath Ledger's Joker. It makes perfect sense. And it probably is why he is my favorite Marvel villain now. At this point, next to the Vulture by Michael Keaton. But I just like Killmonger a slight bit more, so easily Killmonger is my favorite villain. Oh, hello, Frederick Hammerstrom. Hammerstrom must be from Germany, I think, or Belgium. It would be nice if you would. Hi. Hello, thanks for watching. I was about to end it only because it's an hour into this video. Oh, Swedish. That's pretty cool, that makes sense. I did like the girl with the dragon tattoo. I saw that in the theater, the original and the remake. But I actually, yeah, I really like that original movie. I never read the book too, and I have that book, which is kind of weird. I just don't read much. I'll get a book thinking I'm gonna be into it. Like, I'm like thinking I'm smart buying a book, and then I realize, oh fuck, I forgot I don't read. So why did I buy the book? Because all I do, I'll go to a theater and watch movies, and then if I'm at home and I'm bored, I am playing video games. And so I thank you to those who watched. Hi to the people from Sweden. Guy said I had a nice beard, even though I do have to shave it because it's fucking scraggly. And you know what I hate about this about beards too, by the way, before I go, is when you're drinking a Red Bull or just a can, and you take a sip and then you're putting the can down and you feel your mustache hair get caught in the what the fuck's it? The tab, the can tab, the soda can tab. That happens to me all the time. I think it even happened during Black Panther. I'm like taking a sip of my Red Bull. I'm putting the Red Bull down. I hear a bing, because my hair just like pops off. It's just like, I'm like, damn, what the fuck is these cans just attacking my mustache here, man? Fucking yank at it. They need to make cans that don't do that, like anti-mustache hair pulling cans. So anyways, thank you for watching. Go see Black Panther. I'm going to see it again eventually. I was going to today. That's what actually led me to doing this. Is I was like, I have some time. Maybe I like, should I go see a matinee of it? And as I said, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a couple more days because I just saw it 2 days in a row. I don't want to fucking spoil the movie and see it like every day, because one of my friends I saw it with absolutely loved it, and two of my other friends who I saw it with, they liked it. I don't think they enjoyed it quite as much as something like Doctor Strange, and maybe some other Marvel films. So I think not everyone might consider it their favorite Marvel film. I'm not saying everyone will, but I think the consensus is everyone liked it. No, it doesn't seem like anybody hated this film. I don't think there's one person who walks out of this film who says, I fucking hated Black Panther. That movie sucked. Nobody's gonna say that because this movie just does so many things right. It gets the villains right. It has all the fucking right characters. It has just the right amount of humor, but it's serious, so you don't feel like you're getting fucking attacked by jokes every damn minute, ruining the vibe and tone of the film. It has a hip-hop feel, but mostly a tribal feel with the soundtrack, and just everything worked. And this is Ryan Coogler's third film, and I'll see his 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. So go see Black Panther. I give it a 9 out of 10. Go see that shit. And Peace. Actually, after seeing The Darkest Hour, which is a great film, by the way, Gary Oldman playing Winston Churchill. It's a very good companion piece for Dunkirk, if you saw Dunkirk, which is a little overrated. I like Dunkirk a lot. I love Christopher Nolan. I know it's a totally different video and topic and all that shit. But Dunkirk and I was about to say The Greatest Showman, The Darkest Hour is cool because they're both about Dunkirk. And but what I learned from Dunkirk is sometimes I'll take a selfie or something and I'll go like this for a peace sign, and sometimes I forget that in some countries that just means like stick it up your ass. And it made Winston Churchill laugh in the film when his associate told him that. There's like a girl walking over here, so I'm just gonna keep this camera low because it's kind of awkward. So I don't know if she sees it. She's like, hello. I don't know what she wants. But it's just weird because there's like no cars over here, but she's like running over here and behind my car now. And now so yeah, she's going up there. At first she was like running up towards my car and then went around it, and I was like, you gonna like come up and say something? I'm confused. Yeah, so yeah, what I was saying though, I realized that is up your ass, and I gotta stop doing that because sometimes like I'm just like in the moment, I'm just like, hey, like with people. So, and I know that is peace, but sometimes I'm just like that. So after that movie, and I laughed, did make me chuckle when I watched that movie. I was just like, fuck, man, I gotta stop doing that shit. So, peace. Go watch Black Panther. I'm seeing it a third time and a fourth time, I'm sure, because I saw Blade Runner 2049 4 times in the theaters, okay? And that was a 2-hour and 45-minute movie, so yeah. I spent too much money on movies, so maybe it is time to get back to doing some reviews, because I always have thoughts on my mind about them and I never share them. So thank you for watching. As I said, thank you from Sweden and people throughout in America. Someone said peace. Halo Master, hello. Hippo Wave said hello. Full Throttle. Gato Cute, who said I don't understand. Mike Miller said hi, nice beard. Do you like cigarette? Hi to Frederick Hammarstrom from Sweden. And also Abdul Khalik Shirkik TM, who I'm guessing is from the Middle East. And thanks everyone for watching. And go check out Black Panther. She is the Panther. She's going to save Wakanda. And so if you want Black Panther to show you the way, go watch Black Panther. Peace. Now I have to figure out how to get out of this. What do I do? How do I end it? It's still recording. Hey, wait a minute. Before I go, damn, I can do bubbles? Oh, fuck, dude. I'm gonna have to do more live streams, I think. Yo, there's bubbles here, yo. Yo, dance party. Oh, shit. Why didn't I know you could do all... Woo! Look at that shit. Oh, purple like Wakanda. That's a dream. That's what I feel like when I'm high. Glamour. That looks like the same thing as normal. Beam me up, Scotty. There's another option. 8mm. Oh, that one's cool. Ooh, I'm gonna have to do a review on that sometime, or just a topic. That's cool. You know, like Dawn of the Dead. That's the option, is Dawn. Documentary. Let's try that. Cool. Sepia. The old school. Silver screen. Oh, I should have done it on this. Done a review on the silver screen. I love that old crackly look. That old school. Looks like Night of the Living Dead type of filming. And Haunt. Ooh, shit. Wow, my beard must look fucking hideous with that shit. Sorry, yo. probably freaked you out. I just want to like have another live stream where like, you know, I'm just fucking around. You know, it's like, what the fuck was that? His face looked like a nuclear explosion. Oh, and sketch? Oh, that's cool. It'd be cool if it was like colored pencils. A little bit more colorful. That's my wallet. My stand for the damn movie. For the camera, but it doesn't let me do horizontal. I don't know why. What the fuck is... Let me do horizontal, man. I don't want to do this dumb vertical shit. Okay, I was just going through those. I still like the silver screen the best. This one's cool. And 8mm, which this just looks like. I'm gonna like go to that mansion in Texas Chainsaw Massacre and I'm gonna get fucking killed by Leatherface. Motherfucker with a chainsaw. He's gonna... This is that mode. Okay. 66 fucking minutes. My god, I was just gonna go home. And so I was like, do I see Black Panther? Nah, I'm not gonna see it today. Maybe I'll just talk about Killmonger though. I'll talk about Killmonger for a minute. Talk fucking 66 minutes about bullshit. This is like barely a review. I was going to do a Black Panther review, but I just want to talk about Killmonger. I should have done a Black Panther review because I fucking spent 66 minutes. So, okay. Which one should I end it with? Bubbles, Dance Party. I'm gonna go to 8mm. Okay. Thank you for watching. As I said, go see Black Panther. Saw it twice. And I'm proud because I didn't even fucking use my free pass the second time that I still had because I was like, I like this movie so much. I'm just gonna support it. I'm just gonna give it more money. Take my money, okay? Just take it. Take my fucking money because you made a good movie and you deserve it. So, well done. Well done. Black Panther, Killmonger, best villain since the Joker. Not just the best Marvel villain, best villain since the Joker. Just simple. Everything wrapped up perfectly for me. Fuck Loki, even though I like him. He's just flip-flops, man. He's on Thor's side. He's Thor's brother. He's good. He's bad. He's good. I know he's always a villain. He's the god of mischief. He's, you know what? Fuck that. Fuck Thanos, too. Fuck you, Thanos. I'm sorry. Thanos, fuck you. Fuck all of you. Fuck all of you. Fuck all of you. Okay? Killmonger. All hail King Killmonger. Peace. Okay, now I have to figure out how to stop this. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Cancel or end? I will show you the way.